If you're sick and tired of hitting shots on the screen, you're going down to the driving range, you're pulling some shots left, you're topping some shots, you're over slicing shots, and you've got no consistency and no power when you're out on that golf course. Then guys, welcome back to Get Good at Golf. My name is Chris, and today we are talking about how you can improve your ball striking, hit the ball a little bit further, hopefully hit it past your playing partners, and lower your scores on that handicap. But if you're new to the channel guys, make sure to smash that subscribe button to see more golf related content of how you can improve your all-around game. Today we are starting with irons. So the title of this video is Stop Turning, because one big thing we start to see from golfers, people say you're not moving, you're not turning in that backswing. So then what do we see? We often see the overcompensation, where we start to see that club work a long way in here. Everything moves together, chest, hips, club, everything then is behind you. From there, we might start to see you a long way across here. We might even see you crossed at the top. And then from there, we start to try and rescue that. So right, well, I've turned all the way back, now I need to turn all the way forwards. And you'll see then that club is then coming over the top, across the line, and you'll start to potentially hit those slices, potentially thin it, potentially even hit those top shots that you'll see again on screen. From face on, what we start to see if we do overturn as well, we'll start to see that you might load up onto this left hand side, and then from there we start to see the shot we saw with that first iron shot, where we'll back up, cast the hands, try and catch the ball, try and use a little bit of hand-eye coordination, and we might start to pull that incredibly far left, like you'll see that shot on screen. And we'll see that it went incredibly high and it didn't go very far. So if you're somebody who's getting your irons going a similar distance, if you're 8, 7, 6, 5, there isn't much in between it depending how you catch it, then this is something that you need to watch out for. So what do we want to do? And we'll have seen that yes, you want to think, right, okay, my lower body stays nice and still during the takeaway. So from face on, ideally when we're in that setup, I just like you to think that you're pushing your legs out a little bit, really getting that lower body nice and strong, and the chest and the arms are going to take that club away. You'll see my hips have stayed nice and strong. That club is now out in front of me. From there, we can now start to hinge the club and work up to the top. But you will see my hips have now rotated and we've set onto this right hand side. So I'm no longer over here. I'm now loaded nicely behind that golf ball. From there, we can start to push that lower body, start to bring this club down into delivery. And you'll see there, the club is matching my spine angle. And from here, if I just rotate the hips and let the hands release, we will come into a nice strong position here at impact. So forward shaft lean, a square club face, and we are from there, we're going to compress that golf ball. We're going to pressure that golf ball. We'll get it launching lower and more towards my target. Not only that, we should have a little bit less curvature. But the focus hasn't been, okay, I've just got to turn my body and then turn it on the way through, because we start to lose all kind of control. We want to make sure that we are loading nicely up to the top, hips are rotated, and then from there, as we come down, the club is going to work in where this left hip is, and that's what gets us into that position, because we see a lot of people from the top potentially move this way, and again from there I'm then working inside. You see that club's a long way in, and from there I might just hit that straight block out to the right. It might go a long way, but unfortunately it's not going to go onto that green. So how can we do this? Obviously it's all good and well you saying, well, okay, you can stand there and do this, and then from there it might be right, it might be a little bit inside, but how do we know? We'll grab another golf club. Now I'm going to grab this other golf club and I'm going to place it straight behind the golf ball, in line with my intended target line, so it can be a little bit further away. And from there, what I'm wanting to do in that first move, when I keep my lower body nice and strong and I take that club away, I'm trying to get that club to cover that club on the ground. So I can see that's right in the middle of it there. That's nice out in front of me. I've got a nice wide arc, so I'm not here. And then from there we have to try and get up and down. You can see a nice wide arc there. From here, hinge the wrist, and we're into that position. So this is where, obviously, if you're on a driving range, if you're out on a grass driving range like here at Lindrick, or if you're at somewhere like Waterfront on a driving range, get a club, put it down on the mat, start to work on that, and then start to hit some shots where you put that drill into play. So you're going to go away, and then from there, we're going to try and hit shots, and you can see much better there. It started on my intended line. I've taken a nice solid divot, or I've taken a nice solid divot, and you'll see that's nice and neutral, straight down where that club is pointing. And let's have a look, obviously, at that during impact. You'll see that my body starts to rotate, I'm not sliding through there, and we're making good contact with the ball. And this is where you have to think about, right, what are you doing with your practice? Are you being productive with your practice, or are you going to your driving range, getting 100 balls, maybe hitting a couple of wedges to start with, some nice little ones just down there, and then quickly going to the driver? We will get to that driver in this video, guys, because we need to make sure that is also working for you. For you to get your scores down this year, we want you to be hitting the longest, straightest drives like the ones you will see on the screen now. I've been hitting my driver well because there's something else that I've been working on with this drill, but with a little bit of a twist. So again, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to practice, clean my club first. I'm going to come in and do the same thing, take it away, a couple of feels. And this is something that you might do on the golf course. That might be your pre-shot routine. One quick one of those, and then I'm going to pause again. Okay, so you can see there a little bit right this time, so that's where I leave that club face open, and from there I haven't let that release. That's because I'm so used to maybe hitting that one left, I've tried to leave it open. But you can see there, that's giving me some great feedback, some good feels. But let's talk driver. Now let's talk about driver, and you can see on screen again some good shots that I've hit from this driver in the last couple of months whilst I've been out here filming. But when we talk about this club, it's all about what tee height do you have. So we still have to think about, yes, it's the same swing, but how many times I see the ball too low. So the key thing when we talk about driver is not to treat it like an iron like so many average golfers do. So many mid-handicap golfers will start to stand pretty much the same, body upright, and even from there, even if you get that good takeaway, you're already still not in a great position to get that ball working up into the air. We're not sweeping that off the tee, and from there we start to see you either fall back, or we might get that quick left, or we might get that quick one that is topped and it doesn't go very far. So we need to make sure that yes, we are trying to get that takeaway in the same kind of position, but we need to make sure it's set up. Once I'm addressing this golf ball, what I'm going to feel is if I take my right hand down towards my right knee, we're creating that spine angle. I'm already behind that golf ball, so as I make my swing, if I now rotate, my sternum is going to stay behind the golf ball. We're still compressing that and hitting up, but my body is behind the golf ball. We don't see any of the top professionals, any of the PGA Tour players who are going to be like this at impact, and I would say this is a position for a lot of golfers who are playing at golf clubs all around the world. So we need to make sure we get in here, get into that routine. Okay, hold it with my left hand if you're a right-handed golfer, down to that right knee, and then take my right hand grip. We're still going to do the same thing, so practice here, getting that club head over that club, covering that, and then from there we will build that backswing. From there we come down, we rotate, and we're still getting those hands a little bit ahead of the golf ball or in line with the golf ball to make sure we're pressuring that, we're not in that position there. That's encouraging the top, and that's encouraging the ball to either go left or right. We have no idea. So let's put that in to practice. You can see a nice penetrating ball flight, exactly what this driver has been doing for a long time. But guys, if you want to hit the ball better, hit the ball further, make sure you work on that turn. Stop overturning, stop getting that body and the club behind you, because we can hit the ball further, hit it straighter and lower your scores.